What's up guys? It's your boy Iron Josh, and in this video I'm going to cover my top 5 healers that I've seen in the arena that are going to help you rank up. Let's go and check them out. Come on. When it comes to healers, you're going to be looking for mainly how effective they are at their job. Healers are supposed to keep your team alive, they're supposed to do it fast, they're supposed to do it kind of frequently, and the big thing is they also are going to be giving your team the slightest edge to stay alive during the hot points, the hot moments when everybody's low on HP. So that's why Jillian makes number 5 on the list. When healing an ally with less than 50% HP, the cleric grants 1 stack of recovery over time for 5 seconds. Recovery over time restores 1.5 max HP every second, which is super important because after she's done healing somebody, they keep gaining more HP. Her battle skill, Divine Favor Bestowal, it's got a 5-second recharge time and then a 10-second cycle time, so it's really good. Mine is 2 seconds fully skilled up, which is pretty fast. Now, here's what I really like. She uses Enlightenment equipment. She's going to heal the ally with the lowest current HP by 10% of the target's max HP and 1800% Enlightenment, and grants the ally damage reduction for 5 seconds. So that ally is going to take how much? 30% less damage. Now, it's not a defense up, it's actual damage reduction. So if they're ignoring any of your defense, it's still going to be 30% less. Now, when you guys are getting Enlightenment armor and you're just like, this isn't attack armor, this isn't defense armor, this isn't HP armor, Enlightenment armor in Dragonheir is actually important. It's actually really good because there's healers, there's people that use it. 1800% Enlightenment is really, really good. So healing 5%, 10%, an extra 10% at level 4, that's a lot of health you're going to be gaining. You could, and then when she does something other than, when she gives someone that has less than 50% HP, don't forget, they're going to gain extra HP back. So not bad, and that happens for 5 seconds, that damage reduction. Now, her ultimate, Luminous Domain. This is why she's number 5 on the list, okay? Once again, that Enlightenment equipment that you're just tossing to the side until you have a healer that you're looking to build, that's why this is really good on her. She's going to heal all your allies by 15% target's max HP, and then 3,500% Enlightenment. That is absolutely bonkers how much healing she's going to give people. On top of that, she's going to give them she's going to dispel 1 debuff each. Then she's going to grant them defense up 2, which means she's going to increase their defense up by 60%. Now, the only thing the reason why she's at number 5 in this list, her complete recharge time, 20 seconds, is kind of long in arena battles. 12 seconds is pretty good because that's going to happen at a natural pace. But I wish that this would start out around like 18 seconds so you can get it down to about 5. Healing 5%, healing 10%, that'd be really, really solid. Initial energy 3. There you have it, boys. She's coming in at number 5, Jillian. I had a hard time putting this guy at number 4. Ardreth, he's OP. He probably goes up in rank in my personal book a little higher. It's just a tough competition for what's out there, and I didn't really want to put 2 Radiance heroes back to back, but the way it works and from the skills that I read, I kind of have to put him at number 4. He's got a really insane kit. He's got a captain skill that's going to give all allies defense increased by 30% in all battles, which is really, really good. After the battle starts, the hero gains 1 stack of blessing every 5 seconds. This buff is permanent and cannot be dispelled. Up to 10 stacks. Then, when the hero's blessing reaches 10 stacks, he's going to grant 10 stacks of blessing to all allies. Let's just dive into blessing for a second. Every stack increases the defense by 3% and the resistance by 10. You're going to get a stack every 5 seconds. That means in the first 50 seconds of an arena battle, you're going to have an extra 30% defense and an extra 100 resistance. Then you're after the 50-second mark, you're going to grant all 10 stacks to all your allies, which means all your allies are going to have an extra 30% defense and an extra 100 resistance. That's insane. That's OP. If you have an Ardreth right there, that it should be enough reason for you to build this guy. Next, Moonlight Prayer. I love this guy's kit. I can't say it again. Can't say it enough. The initial recharge time is only 5 seconds. Are you kidding me? With a complete recharge time of only 10 seconds. This is busted. Heals the ally with the lowest percentage HP of what? 280% of your defense? And then grants defense up 2 to them for 5 seconds? When this skill is cast on an ally below 50% HP, healing will be increased by 30% and reduces the recharge time for the target's next battle skill by 50%. That is busted. That is so good. This guy should be higher on the list. I don't even understand why I have him at 4 myself. Josh, what are you thinking? Who could be better than this? What could be better than this? I don't know. We're about to find out. But anyway, and healing goes up, and then recharge time goes down, so it happens even faster. That is busted. That is absolutely busted. I love heroes that scale off of defense because you put them in at the front line. They're blocking for your back line. They're tanking. They're clearing the way. They're making sure that your assassins can jump back and have a little bit of time. So they're creating space. They're just doing so much, and then they heal your team. So this guy scales off of defense. Now here's where it gets really, really, really good. The initial recharge time in his ult is only 10 seconds. The complete recharge time is 16 seconds, right? So that's kind of fast. Then you have required energy -3 down here. Broken. For an ult, that is awesome. Wait till you read this. Enhances the hero for 10 seconds, increasing all allies' healing received by 50% in the duration, and increases the hero's basic attack, dealing 300% defense radiance damage each time. All you have to do is build him on defense, defense, defense for all of your equipment, all your artifact, your runes. Just throw in as much defense as you can on this guy. All that stuff that you have just sitting around it that's defense, you're like, it's not attack. It goes on him. When enhanced, wait till you hear this. When enhanced, each of the hero's basic attacks grants the ally with the lowest HP 180% defense, healing, and has a 100% chance of dispelling 1 debuff from them for 10 seconds. So, enhances the hero. So he's going to get enhanced for 10 seconds, increasing all allies' healing received by 50% in the duration. Not just the healing that he gives them, but anything else. All passives, any other way that they receive healing from their equipment, maybe, by 50% in the duration. Then he's going to buff his attacks with his defense by 300%. When he's enhanced, each one of his attacks in that 10 seconds is going to heal somebody by 180% of his defense. And debuff them. And dispel a debuff from them. Broken. Absolutely great. Coming in at number 4, Ardreth. I just made Ardreth sound so good. Who could be better than that? Well, here's Agok. Wait to hear what Agok can do. Agok is somebody that I've been abusing currently. Not in the... Well, yeah, a little bit in the arena too, but I've also been using him in dungeons. Agok increases allies' resistance by 50. There's a reason why he's number 3. I'm about to get to that. His passive, Witchcraft Therapy. When healing an ally, he dispels 1 debuff from them. Automatically. You're just going to dispel debuffs anytime you heal somebody. His initial recharge time? Only 5 seconds. Complete recharge time for his battle skill? 10 seconds. Goes down by 2 seconds. He does it fast and a lot. Wait till you read this. Unleashes a shadow wave that bounces between targets for up to 6 times, healing allies by 150% of his attack and 1200% of his enlightenment, while dealing 150% attack damage and 1200% enlightenment damage, poison damage to enemies hit, with an 85% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 on them for 5 seconds. His damage is going to go up twice, and then the chance actually goes up an extra 15%. The recharge time goes down. Attack penalty 2 decreases someone's attack by 50%. So those people that are assassins that are in his face just trying to bash away, What kind of attack is going to be, you know, you're nerfed 50% and you're going to take damage and you're going to heal your team? It gets better, guys. There's a reason he's at number 3. Like I said in the intro, being a healer makes sure that your team stays alive. Now, this is a little bit long for the recharge time, but the initial time is perfect, I feel. And check this out. He's going to summon a totem and grant immortality to all allies for how long? 5 seconds. Then he's going to heal them by 400% of his attack and 3,000% of his enlightenment after a delay of 5 seconds. So, immortality means you can't die. That's why he's number 3. Your assassins that are in the back doing as much work as they can, trying to kill other units in the arena, then they get close to dying because all the other units start focusing on them. Or your defense unit that's taking a beating from the back line while your units are doing damage to them as much as possible. And then they get super low. Oh, yeah. Well, now they can't die for 5 seconds. And then he's going to heal them by his attack and his enlightenment. 3,000% enlightenment is broken. That is so much. It's so easy to build. Attack with enlightenment in your filters, guys. Coming in at number 3, Agok. I love him. I hate fighting this unit in the arena, Mithrasia. She is one of the hardest units to fight against. And come to think about it, I didn't even realize I did this, but I put 3 Radiance units in the top 5. And I really was trying to, like, kind of split it up as best as possible. But you just can't, because fire units don't really have any good healers. Mithrasia, coming in at number 2. She's absolutely one of the hardest units to fight against, and I see her in the top 50 of arena battles all the time. Her aura is going to increase all allies' HP in all battles by 30%, which is really solid. Her passive skill, Blessing of the Stars, when an ally takes fatal damage, grants immortality for 5 seconds and 1 stack of recovery over time for 5 seconds to that ally. If the ally is a ranged hero, additionally grants invisibility to them for 5 seconds. This skill only takes effect once every 32 seconds. Excuse me? Excuse me? So first of all, immortality. Your assassin that's go ahead and jumping in the back. Yeah, I've been using 2 of them in my current weeks past just to test out the skills and the setup. But your assassins that jump in the back to try and do damage to the back line, when somebody dies for the first time because your Questa does a battle skill and just wipes them out, does a bunch of damage, no. Immortality kicks in for 5 seconds. Also, they're going to heal recovery over time for 5 seconds. Then if it's a ranged hero, if it's in the back line like I just mentioned, they're going to get invisibility, which means you can't target them with single target skills, battle skills, your Questa's ultimate, stuff like that, your Caraman that we've been digging around with, right? Doesn't work. Now, granted, the 32 seconds is long. I don't like that. It's super high. But to get 3 buffs like that are absolutely game changers, this is the reason why she's coming in at number 2. Now, her battle skill, Everlasting Glory. Look at the range of this, okay? Surrounding the allies within range, giving them healing by 8% max HP, 2,400% enlightenment, and 1 stack of recovery to them for 5 seconds. Look at the charge times. Only 7 seconds for the first time kick around, and then a 12-second cycle. That is so good. The healing is going to go up 5%, 5%, 10% with a recharge time -2 at level 5. That is so good. I love things that scale off of max HP and 2,400 enlightenment. I mean, come on. We just talked about Agok, who used 3,000 enlightenment. If 3,000 is high, 1,200 is low, 2,400 is pretty high on the scale. Now, here's where it gets even better. 14-second initial recharge time. Complete recharge time, 24 seconds. We get it. Grants resurrection at death to all surviving allies for how long? For 10 seconds? So at 14 seconds, I can do a lot of damage to an enemy team. But you're telling me from that 14th second to 24 seconds, all their team is going to get resurrection at death? And at the same time, resurrects all dead allies at 75% of their max HP, retaining 75% of the resurrected allies' ultimate energy before death. That's how it keeps getting better, guys. I'm sorry. Then grants debuff immunity to all allies for 10 seconds and grants invisibility to all ranged allies for 10 seconds. If you have a Mithrasia, I am jealous of you. I am very jealous of you. And if you have a Mithrasia that you haven't built yet, what are you doing? Coming in at number 2, Mithrasia. How does it get any better? This guy is in every top 10 arena team. He is built, he's inspired. People do not stop building this guy. They give him the hourglass with the extra 100 skill haste to make sure that he pops off. He makes teams so hard to beat. Coming in at number 1, Gulende. His captain skill, Accuracy Aura, increases all allies' accuracy by 65 in the Grand Gladiator arena battles. His passive skill, when the hero casts a skill on an enemy with HP less than 50%, there's a 50% chance of inflicting Charmed and healing reduction for 5 seconds. If the hero fails to inflict Charmed on the enemy, inflicts accuracy penalty 2 instead for 5 seconds. Charmed forces the target to attack their own allies. Not cool. Healing reduction reduces healing received by 50%. Accuracy penalty reduces accuracy by 50%. Here we go, guys. Initial recharge time of his battle skill, 5 seconds. Complete turnaround time, 10 seconds with a -2 at level 4. Has a 100% chance of inflicting stun to the enemy for 3 seconds. For the next 3 seconds, it deals 150% necrotic damage on the enemy every 0.6 seconds, each time stealing 3% of their ultimate energy and healing the hero by 150% attack. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Okay? He's gonna deal damage, and he's gonna steal your he's gonna steal your healing. Here you go. This is why he's the #1 healer. Now, as I said before, you have a tough competition around everybody. Look at this. It does have a high turnaround time at 24 seconds. His initial recharge time, 14 seconds, which is really good. He's going to deal 720% attack necrotic damage to all enemies with a 75% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 on them for 10 seconds. Dispels all debuffs from all allies, and then heals them by 10% of their max HP. For each individual ally, grants an extra 4% target's max HP healing for each debuff successfully dispelled. Now, you're thinking to me, I know you're thinking, Josh, he's not a straight up healer. Josh, he's more of a support unit. Josh, you know, you had all these other guys like Ardreth in the list. I'm telling you right now, I've seen more Gulendes built and inspired than all 4 of those other healers combined in the top 10s. It's hands down. The healing that he does, the support that he provides, he is absolutely busted. And then if you give him that Rift Hourglass with the extra 100 skill haste, it's just not easy. He's like impossible because he gets that skill off, he gets this off so fast, and your team is healed. He's gonna make sure that the enemy doesn't do good attacks. He's gonna heal your team, and then he's also gonna dispel debuffs. He's such a good unit. If you have a Gulende, I am super jealous of you, and I look forward to hopefully summoning him someday. I probably should start saving scrolls for him now and hold them until the day I get one. Coming in at #1, Gulende. Encore, honorable mention, who could that be? How about Tauren? Coming in as an honorable mention, Mr. Tauren here. Tauren didn't really make my top 5 list because it was just a really tough competition, and I had to hold out for a top 5 list. However, I didn't want to leave Tauren out of the list because, let's just face it, he's a pretty good unit. I don't use mine enough. I'm going to say that up front, and it sounds really weird to say it. But let's talk about Tauren really quick. He's going to give a resistance aura to all allies by 50 in all battles, which all battles is something we all love, okay? And then you have his passive, Shadow Protection. As the battle starts, he marks and enhances the first ally in front of the hero, granting them 25% of the cleric's max HP and defense. Then the hero gains invisibility for 10 seconds. So when we're talking about a hero in front of him, we're talking about your defense unit, like your Ardreth. If you put Tauren behind Ardreth, that's insanely powerful, right? Not that I'm saying like you should mix Necro with Radiance, but that was like the first example I could think of. But anyway, so he's going to get 25% of his max HP. So if you build him super high in HP and then super high defense, this guy's going to mark the tank that's in front of him and then give them 25% of that. Also, they're going to get invisibility for 10 seconds. His healing, Chaotic Prayer. Look at the recharge time, 5 seconds, and then a complete turnaround of 10 seconds with a recharge time of -2 seconds. He's going to heal the ally with the lowest HP by 15% of the target's max HP, 2400% Enlightenment, and heals marked allies by 7.5% the target's max HP and 1200 Enlightenment. When healing marked allies, there's also a chance of 100% chance to dispel one debuff from them. So he's going to heal the person with the lowest HP and your marked ally. 2 people. Always really good. His ultimate, Underworld Cloak, AoE skill, as you can see here. Complete initial recharge time, only 12 seconds with a complete recharge time of 20 seconds. He's going to grant invisibility to all allies for 10 seconds. Once again, invisibility means you can become untargetable by single target skills. Now he's going to grant that to all allies for 10 seconds. The cleric then casts a spell over time that heals all allies by 4% target's max HP and 1000% enlightenment every 0.8 seconds for 4 seconds. That means he's going to get it about 4 times. The marked ally will not be granted invisibility, but will gain debuff immunity and an additional 25% of healing. So that's a lot of healing. Coming in as the honorable mention, the Encore, Mr. Tauren. I can't wait to put some scrolls into mine. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, good luck finding some legendary and mythic equipment. I'll see you on the next video.